and it gave me my go. So here we go with the 222nd Triple Deuce episode. This week on the Media Virus Podcast, Fly Eagles Fly, straight to the ER. Fan gets a cut of the action in post-game brawl. Joe Burrow's watches and jewelry vanishing like Andy Reid's hope for a victory meal. Covering the Super Bowl, but ended up the story. Journalist's tragic final play under investigation. Oh, Canada. More like, oh no, Trump floats expansion draft for America's hat. Largest ever study suggests heavy cannabis use really could affect your memory.
Shut up and sit down.
It's the Media Virus Podcast. Now here's your infection team.
Why are
Well,
we
we
in
are-
infection?
Are we here?
We're broadcasting straight from our own deranged corner of the internet, where the headlines are twisted, the jokes are questionable, and the hosts are definitely not qualified. This is the show where no topic is off limits, no punchline is too inappropriate, and no one leaves without learning something, or at least catching something. Whether you're here for the chaos, the comedy, or just because your life choices have taken a dark turn, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh as the world burns around us. So, we are not a football or a sports talk program. However, we would be remiss if we did not, mention the complete ass kicking that the Philadelphia Eagles handed to the Kansas City Chiefs on the biggest football broadcast of the year, quite possibly in the history to date. In true Philadelphia fashion, the Eagles showed a complete disrespect for the reigning champions, seeking their three-peat, and slapping that victory sandwich right out of Andy Reid's mouth. Did you watch the game, Mike?
No, but I heard it was boring.
If you have absolutely no love for the Eagles, and I was explaining this, I don't know how many times I've actually said this sentence, but, I am not a football dude, but if you have absolutely no love for the Philadelphia Eagles, then it was a boring game. But if there is an iota, like myself, there's an iota of affection in your heart for them, then it was a glorious exhibition of vengeance. You know what I mean? You could... just the look you could see in Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce that mentally they lost that game in the second quarter. Wow. I mean, babe, do you remember looking into their faces?
I do remember specifically with Patrick Mahomes, he was chewing on his braces.
Mouth guard.
It was giving Invisalign, but sure. He was chewing on it pretty nervously and doing a lot of looking around and just a worrisome face, faux show. And then at halftime, when Travis was leaving the field, he looked somber.
Yeah, going into halftime, they did not get that. I don't know if Andy Reid didn't have another inspiring speech in his back pocket or what, but
it didn't work.
It was fun to see the Walrus lose. I was for me, because I think I appreciate football, not just on the field level, but the coaches and you need your players to execute the moves, but without the strategy that goes into it and the planning, you're going to war.
Yeah, without the motherfuckers, you can't do shit.
So I thought it was a fantastic. I enjoyed it. I had to turn it off. Now in the score, when I turned it off, can we cut that out? We're recording.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
I turned it off with about 8 minutes left, and the score was 40-6.
Right.
And I think when I woke up, it was 22 something. I didn't write it down. I should have written it down.
They my understanding is they did try to score a little, bring the score.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the third quarter, I think the Eagles started putting in like the third string. Everybody got turned. They're like, look, some of the trainers, like, hey, suit up. Come on. You want a ring? We'll get you a ring. Come on, go.
We're almost done. Can you do it?
Did you ever kick a field goal before?
You with the mop. Come here.
Grab a cheerleader. You're going to be center.
Cheerleader.
This is going to get fucked. Not she is. This is.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Totally.
Sure.
That came out more perverted than it.
You know what? We're just proud of you that you knew that there was potentially something wrong.
Thank you.
I think we have A Block Big Daddy.
You're kidding me. We
No,
have an
maybe
A-Block
you got-
Big Daddy? Big.
What's up?
Daddy. A-Block, how are you today, sir?
I am pretty good. Popping in the A block because I can.
Because you absolutely can, man. So, we're just talking about the Eagles, that ass kicking that was handed.
Whipping that ass all up and down Louisiana Bourbon Street.
Talking about the Super Bowl, is that the same thing?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Yes, the
I don't speak football jargon.
okay.
Go sports!
Yay, sports ball.
You have this distinct click happening every time you speak.
Ooh.
And it's really annoying.
Oh, sorry.
See if there's any kind of setting on your phone. It's a digital thing, and I don't know what's happening.
Anyways, has anyone gone out to buy bell-bottom jeans yet, or
What do we need bell-bottom jeans for?
it's like the new vibe?
Not again.
I love
Honestly,
bell-bottom
here's the
jeans.
thing: everybody's like saying this about the bell-bottom jeans that Kendrick Lamar wore. I bought bell-bottom jeans like 4 months ago because they were at Old Navy, and I was like, "Oh, this is what we're wearing now." Cool.
I love bell-bottom jeans. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I like them. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like them. I'll wear them. It's just like, isn't this like the fourth time?
Right. We're doing it again.
I can't wait till we bust out some Jinko.
I get a product I like, and then I've got to get rid of them because bell bottoms aren't cool anymore.
Listen, I have a bin. I'm kicking it right now with my foot, full of flare jeans. I kept them. They're from 2007 to 2013.
They're marked and ready to go.
Am I still clicking?
We ready.
Yeah. Are you hearing it, Mike?
I don't think so.
Well, if you're not hearing what
I hear
No,
absolutely.
I'm getting it.
Do you guys mean like static?
It's noise on his Bluetooth connection.
Are you on Bluetooth?
Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's causing an issue. Let's turn that off.
I think that's what it is. It sounds like radio noise, and that's the only radio in play.
I got you.
To what do we owe
no
this?
Bluetooth. How's it sound now?
No, it's still doing it.
It's still doing it. That's so weird.
Is somebody stealing your Wi-Fi?
No, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Oh, good to know. So to what do we owe this pleasure of an early Big Zaddy
The weather.
appearance? Thank goodness.
Your engagement got disengaged.
Yeah, so because the weather was shitty, we decided to not meet, which means I'm here. And then at the same time, I think I called into work early tomorrow.
Oh, so many things.
Do me a favor, man. Back out and try and reconnect, if you don't mind.
Why can't I not hear it out of my Bluetooth?
It may just be a connection issue.
Because it's I can't fucking focus like that.
Yeah. Try to back out of Restream and reconnect. He can't hear us. I think that's probably on his end.
Yeah, there we go. Oh.
You guys are funny with your jargon. Leave and come back out. Reconnect.
What was we talking about?
Yeah, that's
Fuck knows.
It's fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Look into the screen. Look at me.
Hi.
It's okay.
No, I.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This can all be edited out.
Ain't no party like a Philadelphia victory party. Are we going?
Oh, fuck.
No. No.
Hard pass?
Hard pass.
You have to wash your hair that day?
Definitely.
Now everybody knows that that song. It goes, "And ain't no party like a Philadelphia victory party, because a Philadelphia victory party ends in violence." You guys heard that one, right?
I mean, it sounds like something I've heard.
Oh, I know this video.
Philadelphia knows how to party. Philadelphia. Like, there ain't no party like a Philadelphia victory party, because a Philadelphia victory party ends in violence.
I don't know that part.
You've never heard that?
It sounds right, because I saw this video of they were like taking up the street lights.
This is the best video. This video. Oh, fuck you. There we go. This video explains the celebration in Philadelphia. That shit turned over.
Like what? Imagine your car is parked there.
Somebody's toolbox and just rolled it down the street.
Dude, if you can't climb the fucking poles, we're taking them. Why is that guy on a horse?
And why is that guy on a horse?
Where'd he get a cowboy at?
4 horses. 4 horse.
The 4 horsemen of Philadelphia. Oh, he got to the top of a greased pole. We need to interview that guy.
Twerking on that horn, baby. Like, did they bring tools? Is that where the toolbox came from? They brought tools for the wrenches?
Tools. Yep. Somebody stole a set of tools. They're stomping the shit out of a stoplight.
In our defense, the stoplight was red, so that's why it deserved to be stomped.
Yeah, but it was a third green.
I also just feel like, you know, when you go to like someone's garage that has like a really like eclectic garage, or a restaurant that has a really eclectic decorations, and they have like street signs and traffic lights. Yeah. Is this how they get acquired?
Yes.
Someone put it on eBay and they were like, say less.
Yeah. Because that's how designers that go in and do that sort of thing source that stuff. Or you wait till, you find a municipality that's selling some off.
I still want to know where they got those fucking horses.
That's
there
crazy.
Are horses in Philadelphia.
I just
imagine there's designers that are like, "Ooh, Philadelphia just won a sports thing. I wonder if they're going to have some stop signs up for sale."
But like, there's loopholes in city law where like you can fucking keep a horse in your row home. I mean, it's probably
wow.
Not that bad, but like it dates back to when horse and buggy was the mode of travel.
Crazy.
But there are laws on the books that allow you to keep a horse in the city of Philadelphia.
Well, as you can imagine, from the city that brought you the Broad Street Bullies and through batteries at Santa Claus, winning sports games is important. And in the city of brotherly love, I fucked that delivery up. I'm going to start it over again. And we're just going to cut that the fuck out. Well, as you can imagine, from the city that brought you the Broad Street Bullies and through batteries at Santa Claus, winning at sports games is important in the city of brotherly love. But either way, our favorite way to celebrate is to break things and hurt people. Win or lose, the only difference is in the defense attorney's briefing to your district attorney. And that leads us right into another edition of What in the Hell is Wrong with People. And as always, bringing us the hard-hitting nonsense from the streets, it is our very own Reverend Professor Mike Litoris. Mike, what in the hell is going on?
Well, Matty, you know how Philly fans celebrate, win or lose, someone's getting punched, flipped over, or lit on fire?
Yep.
But this time, one particularly sharp fan took things to a whole new level. Instead of just screaming, "Go Birds," and climbing light poles, a dude decided to bring a knife to a Super Bowl party, and let's just say this guy really wanted to cut the celebration short.
Oh, no, man. That's fucked up. Please tell me no one got filleted. Like a cheesesteak.
You mean filleted?
How do you orally service someone like a cheesesteak? That sounds terrible.
You know what? Never mind. It was close. Meet Jeffrey Zimmerman, a 37-year-old walking anger issue from Holmes, who was
Yo,
so
Holmes.
mad about people partying in the street that he stopped his car, yelled at them to move, drove off, then parked, came back, and went full Crocodile Dundee on an innocent Eagles fan with a karambit knife. That's right, he literally brought a tactical weapon to a verbal spat. I guess when they say fly Eagles fly, Zimmerman took it to mean fly fists fly. And oh yeah, let's add a little stabby stab.
Stabby stab. What in the gritty infested hell? Dude, a karambit? This guy thought he was in a Bruce Lee movie.
Apparently. And get this, our hero in blue, Police Chief David Madonna, was out there playing real-life cops and personally arrested Zimmerman after pulling him over. Zimmerman, being the genius he is, refused to take his hands out of his pockets.
No, man, I got a knife in there. I'm not doing that.
Nothing screams, I'm not guilty, like ignoring the guy with the gun. The chief then found the bloody knife in his car and, well, game over.
All right, I gotta ask. What was Zimmerman even mad about? Was he like a salty Cowboys fan or a bitter Chiefs supporter? Or was he just upset someone else finished all the Wawa hoagies?
Honestly, it sounds like he was just a cut above your average lunatic. Maybe he was mad at that. Maybe he's mad that he couldn't climb a greased pole like the rest of the fans, or that his life peaked when the Eagles won in 2018. Either way, this dude took bleeding green way too literally. The victim, by the way, needed 15 stitches but will recover. Unfortunately for Zimmerman, his Super Bowl party is now a court date on February 24th.
Let's be real. Philly fans are tough. That dude's probably going to take 15 stitches, slam a beer, and be back screaming, "Bird, go Birds" next Sunday. Just because, there's no football. He would just be doing that, I feel.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Zimmerman's got a one-way ticket to Jailadelphia.
Jailadelphia.
And remember, folks, next time you're celebrating a big win, maybe leave the knives at home and just stick to punching your own friends like a normal Philly fan.
You heard it here first, people. Keep your blades in the kitchen and your fists in the bar fights where they belong. Stay tuned for more TMVP, where we point and laugh as this world burns around us. How did you enjoy the Super Bowl, Big Daddy? Did you attend a party? Were you working?
I attended a party and I brought my own personal karambit, which looks like this.
So you have the weapon of.
And one would use it like that.
I see.
It's a karambit. And this side is the blade. So you can stab with it, slice with it, flick. But usually it's for stabbing, ripping, cutting, gutting. Karambit.
That's good to know. Good to know that you had a.
That's how I party. That comes with me to all the parties I go to, just in case the motherfucker decides to need filleting with the cheesesteak.
Oh, I love a callback.
I changed the script on Mike a little bit.
You never know when the Eagles might win.
You never know what?
You never know when the Eagles might
Win,
win.
lose or
was
draw,
a pretty good.
Win, lose or draw, someone was going to get cut, so I was prepared.
Someone's getting their ass kicked. That's how we roll in Philadelphia.
Yep.
But we're just Eagles fans were the only ones going overboard. We've got another Super Bowl scandal to dissect. This time, it's got less stabbing, but more stealing. But it's just as insane.
That's right, Matt. If getting slashed at a victory parade wasn't enough, now we've got a high-stakes heist straight out of Ocean's 11. Except it's way less classy and way more Louisiana swamp rat.
Well, did somebody try to steal the Lombardi trophy again?
Not quite, but get this. Police in Louisiana are investigating the death of a sports reporter, Aiden Manzano, who was covering the Super Bowl when he was found
For
dead.
Telemundo. Sorry. He was. That's what he was.
And as if that wasn't suspicious enough, a woman named Danette Colbert has been arrested for allegedly robbing him and possibly drugging him beforehand.
So she was running the old Mickey in the drink, emptying out the wallet. This is, dude, is this like, it's like Mike Hawk PI. It's like a fucking 1940s noir film.
But it gets worse. It gets worse. Cops say she was caught with Manzano's phone and credit cards, and apparently this isn't her first rodeo. She's got a rap sheet that includes drugging dudes and lifting their wallets like she's auditioning for Grand Theft Bourbon Street.
She took beignets and bad decisions to a whole new level.
And it doesn't stop there. Now, investigators are saying other people have come forward with similar stories. Like, oh, hey, by the way, I was too roofied and robbed by this lady.
So she's running like a full-time like scam. Like, talk about stealing the show.
Right? I mean, let's not forget, this all happened while we were also dealing with Joe Burrow's stolen jewelry situation. Apparently, some sticky-fingered bandits swiped watches and jewelry from a high-end New Orleans store. Because, you know, what's a Super Bowl without a little organized crime?
So to recap, we've got a slashing, a scamming, and a jewelry heist all tied to the Super Bowl. Damn, dude, I love America.
That's right. It's not just a championship game. It's a crime spree with commercials. But hey, at least this year nobody ate horse poop on Broad Street.
There's still time, my friend. There's still time.
And with that, we wrap up another round of What the Hell is Wrong with People. Stick around, folks. Up next, we discuss whether the Kelsey brothers should just start their own reality show at this point.
Oh, I'd love it.
You're listening to TMVP, where we point and laugh at the world as it burns around us.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that was a lot of shit. You wouldn't think.
Yeah.
You wouldn't?
Well, I guess you would. I mean, that's, you know.
I'm from Massachusetts, and so like this sports behavior just isn't weird.
What?
This sports behavior isn't weird.
No, this is how sports people.
This is
how people who do the sports games.
Yes, this is how they behave. This is how the fans behave.
But
This is fine.
You'd think a sports reporter would be a little more hip than to get drugged and rolled by a hooker.
He seemed like, I saw a picture of him. Oh, I didn't change the fucking. We don't even have the graphic up.
No, just us.
It's just us. I guess I'll stop screen sharing. There we go. I don't need that anymore. So, all right. So far, we've had Super Bowl crime sprees, scams, stabbings, jewelry heists. What's next, dude?
What's next?
What's next?
Well, how about some good old-fashioned world domination?
No.
Because in the latest episode of What the Hell Did He Just Say, Donald Trump is now dead serious about annexing Canada.
So we're just out here claiming entire countries like a game of Risk. Dude, I love Risk.
That's right. That's right. During his Super Bowl pregame interview, Trump told Fox News that he believes Canada should be the 51st state. Because, wait for it, America is losing $200 billion a year to them.
Dude, I swear this man thinks trade deficits are like a Venmo request. Does he think we're just out here paying for Canada to exist? Like, I don't like, how are we like?
Pretty much. He even said Canada isn't viable as a country without U.S. trade and suggested they can't count on America for military protection anymore. Basically, nice country you got there. Shame if something happened to it.
So first we renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and now we're shopping for new states. What's next? Puerto Rico? Never heard of her.
And the best part, Canada is not into it. Trudeau basically said, yeah, no, this guy is actually serious. Which I assume is Canadian for somebody get this lunatic off my lawn.
You know what, though? If this means we get a Timmy Hortons and legal weed nationwide, I might consider it. Just saying.
We might also get poutine and free health care, but at what cost, Matty? At what cost?
You're right. Because if Trump gets his way, he's probably slapping tariffs on maple syrup by next Tuesday.
And forcing Canadians to end every sentence with God bless America.
Well, buckle up, folks, because if this keeps up, the next Super Bowl might feature the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Dallas Cowboys. You're listening to TMVP, where we point and laugh not for nothing. All right. Listen, I gotta say this, okay? I'm for the whole Canada becoming America thing. I mean, if you think about it, like more maple syrup, universal health care, poutine at McDonald's, and suddenly Waffle House has to deal with moose fights at 3 a.m., dude, I'm in. But here's the thing. Do we make Canada just one big state, or do we go all the way and break it up into 10 states and then 3 new territories? That gets confusing because let's be honest, Quebec alone is going to be a problem. They already don't want to be a part of Canada, so how do you think they're going to feel about suddenly getting a bunch of bald eagles shoved down their, up their asses? Next thing you know, we're going to have our own little France seceding every other week. And while, you know what, dude, not for nothing, but while we're at it, what happens to Canadian football? Do we just absorb the CFL into the NFL, or does the Super Bowl evolve into something way better, an all-out war between the two leagues? I mean, you want to talk about a real North American championship? Imagine NFL teams showing up to play on the CFL's 120 yards field with an extra player running around, completely lost. Suddenly, we've got a quarterback forgetting they only have 3 downs, and some poor kicker in Miami's being traded to Saskatchewan, where he's got to learn how to boot a frozen rock of a football in negative 40-degree weather. And what about hockey? If Canada becomes America, does that mean the Stanley Cup is always going to go to an American team? Because I think that might be the one thing that makes Canadians burn down the White House again. Oh, and the anthem? Do we make them sing the Star Spangled Banner in French? Or do we just merge O Canada into it so every football game starts with this awkward 2 minutes of nobody knowing what the fuck is going on? And let's not do their money. What happens to that? Do we force Canada to give up their fancy, colorful, animal-covered cash for boring greenbacks? Or do we finally admit that American money should have a picture of a moose on it somewhere? Because if I can't see some beaver on my $20 bill, then what are we even fighting for?
What on earth?
I've seen plenty of cash on beavers, but never beavers on my cash. But here's the real danger, folks. If we let this happen, where does it stop? First, we take Canada. Then we're going to annex Greenland. Next thing you know, Florida retirees are demanding Bahamas become our property. By 2030, we'll be calling the entire Western Hemisphere Greater America and slapping an American flag on Machu Picchu. And if we let Trump rename one body of water, the Gulf of America, what's next? The Atlantic Ocean suddenly becomes the big East Coast puddle? Are we putting toll booths in? The fuck is going on? And this is just the beginning, because America won't stop until the whole planet is one giant red, white, and blue franchise with a McDonald's on the moon, a Texas-sized Walmart on Mars, NASA rebranded as Space NASCAR. Because if we can't put a giant American flag on Saturn's rings, then what's the point of what's going on? So yeah, I'm all for making Canada a part of America. But let's be real careful, because this is a slippery slope that ends with an IHOP on Pluto. Thank you.
Goodness.
You should have some applause ready.
Sure.
You should have some.
So I don't get why leave Canada alone. Canada alone. No.
I think it'd be great to have just the whole continent as our country.
I have 2 sidebars that have very little to do with what we just talked about.
I would like to fight a moose.
I would like to see a moose
at the Waffle House.
I want to fight a moose at the Waffle House at 3 a.m.
I mean, who doesn't want to at least see that?
I just want to see a moose, not fighting it with Big Daddy.
Checky wants to see a moose too. He insists that they're imaginary and made up by the government to control us.
There is a standing there is a standing, like, I guess it's kind of like a contract between my brother and my son, my brother Ronnie, that if my son can ever wrestle a deer to the ground and kill it with his bare hands, my brother will give him $100.
What $100?
So we got that going for us. We just gotta.
So,
The hardest part's catching them.
so what you're telling me is we know what we're doing for Maddie's 40th birthday.
Are there any limits to this bet?
Like, can we just go slaughter a herd and make thousands?
Oh,
I want to know, is there an age limit on the deer, or can he just like...
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, I think it has. Yes, there are some. It has to be a full. It has to be a full bucked male.
like a whole
Okay.
fucking 9-foot, 12-foot.
It has to have. It has to have at least a 2-point rack.
All right, so there are some rules.
It's an adult male. Yeah, you can't. You can't fight a baby.
That's what I was
You
thinking.
can fight a baby.
Let's just punch a baby deer in the face.
Maddie's a young man.
What's that?
I said I forgot. Maddie's a young man. He's going to be.
He'll be 30 next
Right.
year, next January.
See, we can do this for his 30th birthday.
Right.
That,
Yes. Yes, we
that-
could.
When you said 40th, I was like 11 years away.
I was like,
I was
that's
gonna
that's a
say
lot
that-
of planning.
That's a lot of pressure on Matt and I to stay alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm listen. The one thing that keeps me going is my family. So hopefully. All right. We have come to the conclusion of this. We've read the whole script. So
Hold
I
on,
hope you
just
guys enjoyed it.
my sidebar.
Your sidebar. You have sidebar.
I was telling somebody, probably Becky or Andrea, that I want to plan a vacation to Niagara Falls. I have been saying this for literal months. But now all of this hubbub about Canada, and I'm like, wait, hold on, because are they going to let me in? And also, are they going to let me back into America?
Not for nothing, but we can go. We can go see Niagara Falls on the fucking American
No,
side.
but I want to
too.
go to the Canadian side, obviously.
No, but we can stay in America and not have.
If
But
you
I
go
would-
to the Canadian side, you will need a passport. You can't.
Yeah, like as a kid, I mean, we have passports, but as kids, we went to Canada like twice a year.
Yeah.
And
You didn't need a passport then. You could just show them your driver's license and keep going.
yeah, we just had a car full of us freaking people. But so my brother would always get to go on the boat and wear the poncho. And me and my twin brother, who were vaguely younger than him, did not
16 months.
get to go on the boat and wear the poncho. And I was always like, is this what are we doing here? Are we just every year he's going to do it and we're not going to take turns? Like, what are we? Is this 'cause I'm a girl? What are we doing? And just I've had this little grudge with my family secretly.
So you just want to go without them and ride the boat.
Yeah, I want to go on the boat. I want to get wet.
Just make sure you speak American when you're there.
Oh, 100%. I'm going to be like a fucking Karen. Hi, my name is Erica Santiago.
Santiago.
Literally, I will white up my name so hard. I might even change my name. I've been thinking about that. Should I change my name to my husband's last name? So then I'm white.
Yeah, I would.
I'm saying.
Stanley said, "Well, fuck if I know it was
Dude,
Eddie's."
there's not a. I don't think there. The only Hispanic name cooler than Santiago is Montoya. In my mind, you know what I mean. Like Santiago is one of the coolest fucking
It's
last
a good one.
names.
It is a good one.
You know what I mean? And I think the only reason I like the name Montoya is because I don't know which Baldwin brother it was, but he was in Vampires, and that was his character's name, Montoya.
His
See,
first
I-
name?
No, it was his last name, but
Oh.
men often will address them,
Yeah,
especially in
yeah.
military
Yeah.
situations, by their last
And
names.
sports games.
I thought you were gonna say the Inigo Montoya.
That's enough. Yes, Inigo Montoya, you killed my
Which is-
father,
Yeah,
prepared to
that-
die. And
Mandy Patinkin's character in.
that's right. Absolutely fantastic.
That's all I have.
No, you said you had two sidebars.
Oh, well, the other one was just that there's a Tim Hortons in Cinnamons in New Jersey.
There is a Timmy, but we don't know if it's as good.
We've also never been there, so.
No, because I can't.
You also
drink,
don't drink coffee.
I can't drink coffee anymore.
I don't know if you wanted like a Timmy hole or whatever they call them.
I want to.
Oh what?
They call their donut hole something like stupid, like something specific. Like a Timmy, like a little Timmy or something.
Yeah. hole.
Let me get a 50-pack of Timmy Holes.
Let me get all up in them, Timmy.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on?
Get an extra glaze. The extra glaze on my Timmy hole.
Ew. That's gross.
Is that a cream filled Timmy hole?
Can you fill my Timmy hole with cream?
That's an old
I'm
fashioned
assuming there was a visceral
Timmy hole right
reaction
there.
in the room with you there, Matt.
What's that?
Chocolate. I got a
I'm
chocolate
assuming there
covered.
was some sort of visceral, physical reaction in the room with you because your body
She's-
language changed and you started laughing.
No, she's desperately trying not to laugh at what's
Got a
going
chocolate.
on.
I got a chocolate covered Timmy hole for you. Where do you want it?
That's gross.
All right. On that note, let's get into B block. Let's end this, get into the next one, and keep this train moving.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 222nd episode of the A Block here on the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back with the B Block shortly. Rejoin the stream, and we'll see you then. This episode has been brought to you by 302-46 Voice. If you want my voice on your project, dial 302-46 Voice. Don't forget to check out themediavirus.com where you can find this show, all the content that we post, and you can also find Stepmoms Without Children, Ricky's show out there. She's got lots of episodes that you can go and enjoy when you're not listening to the Media Virus Podcast. And you won't have time to get through one now, so save that for tomorrow, and we'll see you on the B Block in just a few minutes.
Back in 2 and 2. I wish I could hear the bumpers.